I love Charles Baudelaire. A Shroud of Wine. I don't know what the fuck that means, but it sounds shady. Title, it's dark. It's dark. I think that's what I liked about it. It shows these two sides of love. Like, poetry connects you. Like, you much. I even tried to become a growler. I tried Screamo. Good morning. It is 7 a.m. I woke up at 6 and couldn't sleep. So I'm going to read poetry. And I'm not the type to read poetry in order. I've never read a poetry book in order. I chose random numbers. Page 51. The Balcony. Mother of memories, mistress of mistresses, oh, you all my pleasure, oh, you all my duty. You'll remember the sweetness of our caresses, the peace of the fireside, the charm of the evenings. Mother of memories, mistress of mistresses, oh, you all my pleasure, oh, you all my duty. You'll remember the sweetness of our caresses, the peace of the fireside, the charm of the evenings. Mother of memories, mistress of mistresses. The evenings lighted by the glow of the coals, the evenings on the balcony veiled with rose mist. How soft you were to me, how kind was your heart. We often said imperishable things. The evenings lighted by the glow of the coals. How splendid the sunsets are on warm evenings. How deep spaces, how potent is the heart. In bending over you, queen of adored woman, I thought I breathed the perfume in your blood. Breathed the perfume in your blood. How splendid the sunsets are on warm evenings. The night was growing dense, like an encircling wall. My eyes in the darkness felt the fire of your gaze, and I drank in your breath, O sweetness, O poison. And your feet nestled soft in my brotherly hands. The night was growing dense, like an encircling wall. I know the art of evoking happy moments, and live again our past. My head laid on your knees, for what's the good of seeking your languid beauty elsewhere than in your dear body and gentle heart? I know the art of evoking happy moments. Those vows, those perfumes, those infinite kisses, will they be reborn from a gulf we may not sound? As rejuvenated suns rise in the heavens, after being bathed in the depths of deep seas, O vows, O perfumes, O infinite kisses. Love that. I really like the language used. I liked how it sounds like he's running around on some brick cobblestone road from like back in the day, and he's just declaring his love for this woman to the world. It's just the temperate of his word choice is just so screaming at the hilltops, and I loved it. I also like this juxtaposition he consistently uses. Charles Baudelaire likes duality, or he tends to use duality in his poetry a lot in ways like this, where he'll say things like, and I drink in your breath, oh sweetness, oh poison. I love that. I like when two opposites are put by together, juxtaposition. It's my favorite form of it's my favorite literature tool. It sounds like he's singing a song, and the O's give it like this all encompassing and circular feel that I think he was going for, because I didn't even realize this till I read it right now. This circle thing is continuous. In every stanza, the first line mirrors the last line, and I think that is so creative. It's called a refrain, and I just didn't even notice it. And I've read this poem like 20,000 times. His vibe, like the rhythm of his work is, or this one at least, is like soft, kind, intense. And it's like this pattern of like do, do, do. And it just takes this jump somewhere into his mind. And that's how the mind is. And I love how he just dumps it on the page like that. His word choice allows me to like envision what he's writing as if I'm right there sitting with him. Like I'm in the moment with him. And I just love that. In the second stanza, he says, veiled with rose mist. I just think that set the motherfucking tone. It activated all my senses instantly. And it was such a genius, sentimental, romantic edition, veiled with rose mist. You can see that. You can smell that. Like, that was beautiful. I love Charles Baudelaire. I love him. He said in Live Again in the past. And I was wondering, when did he write this? Was he writing this as he was reflecting on this mistress, this woman? Or was he writing this as she was walking around somewhere around him? And in stanza 5, where is that at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The entire thing, I think I just realized all of my exes had touch as a love language, and I got it. My mom does too, so I'm like, okay, but my mom annoyed me. She was always like, this was her touch, like just poking you at random moments and like doing the weird, not weird, but little random things. And so I was not, I don't know, there was a disconnect there. And now I think I kind of understand touch as a love language from this stanza alone. I write there's sticky notes, and I just turn through the book as if there's not. The murderer's wine. My wife is dead, and I am free. Now I can drink my fill. When I come home without a sou, her screaming would drive me crazy. I am as happy as a king. The air is pure and the sky is superb. We had a summer like this. When I fell in love with her. There's an exclamation point, but I wouldn't read it with an exclamation point. There's an exclamation point, and I don't want to change his work, but I feel like the tone I got it dropped an octave. So, we had a summer like this when I fell in love with her. To satisfy the awful thirst that tortures me, I'd have to drink all the wine it would take to fill her grave. That is not a little. Ooh, shady. I threw her down a well, and what is more, I dropped on her all the stones of the well's rim. I will forget her if I can. In the name of love's vows, from which nothing can release us, and to become the friends we were when we first knew passion's rapture, I begged her for a rendezvous at night, on a deserted road. She came there, mad creature. We're all more or less mad. She was still attractive, although very tired, and I loved her too much. That is why I said to her, depart this life. None can understand me. Did one among all those stupid drunkards ever dream in his morbid nights of making a shroud of wine? I don't know what the fuck that means, but it sounds shady. The dissolute crowd, unfeeling as an iron machine, never nor summer nor winter has known what true love is. Oh, I just felt that throughout my entire body. With its black enchantments, its hellish cortege of alarms, its phials of poison, in its tears, its noise of chains and dead men's bones. Here I am free and all alone. I'll get blind drunk tonight. Then without fear, without remorse, I'll lie on the ground and I'll sleep like a dog. The dump cart with its heavy wheels loaded with mud and rocks, the careening wagon may well crush in my guilty head, or cut my body in two. I laugh at God, at the devil, and at the holy table as well. He's bold. He is a bold artist, y'all. And I thought that this specific poem, The Murderer's Wine, what did I expect based off that title? It's dark. It's dark. You know, I think that's what I liked about it. It shows these two sides of love, like lust and lost. Oh, I love it so much. I like how he keeps on using this idea of vows. Like, vows are obviously important to him, but I like that he uses the term vows, which is so much more intimate than like promises. I love his authenticity, molding each word like a piece of clay, and he's amazing. He is an amazing wordsmith. It's insane. I really liked how in the last two stanzas, right before he says "crush in my guilty head," it sounds like he's like holding back rage. Like there's a spot right there, like a space. It sounds like he's holding back rage before he just throws it out. And I love rock, and I went through this phase where I was obsessed with screamo and growlers because they did that. They did that hold back and then release right before they screamed. I loved it so much. I even tried to become a growler. I tried screamo in my grandma's basement, and I lost my voice for 3 days. I'm not a growler. I don't know how they do it. It's beautiful, but I feel like Charles Baudelaire would be a growler in some sense. Quotes I loved. I really like when he said that we had a summer like this. Like, my wife just died. The air is great. The scenery is nice. We had a summer like this when I fell in love with you. Oh, that is just, it felt like zoop. The second stanza, he let us know. And I appreciate him for that. Like, he also said, when we first knew passion's rapture, and instantly Anita Baker's Rapture of Love just started playing. Caught up in the rapture of love. Where is it? She was still attractive, although very tired, and I loved her too much. Literally, I swear to you, I was reading this one day, and I even wrote it on the page because I thought it was so insane. Lucky Days, Love You Too Much came on as I was reading over this poem, and then I like read that, and it was just divine. Oh, that's why I love poetry. It connects you. Like, you immerse yourself in something you can communicate to the universe with, and you immerse yourself in something that you can use to communicate with the universe, and they're going to communicate. And I really loved that moment. Page where we at? Page 68. This is called Song of Autumn, and I'm only going to read part 2. I love the greenish light of your long eyes, sweet beauty, but today all to me is bitter. Nothing, neither your love, your boudoir, nor your hearth is worth as much as the sunlight on the sea. Yet love me, tender heart, be a mother. Even to an ingrate, even to a scapegrace, mistress or sister, be the fleeting sweetness of a gorgeous autumn or of a setting sun. Short task the tomb awaits. It is avid. Let me, with my head bowed on your knees, taste the sweet yellow rays of the end of autumn, while I mourn for the white toward summer. This one was shorter. I like how it displays his vulnerability, which is very impressive to me. The phrases sound like he's breathing them out. Like, he's laying on a couch talking to a therapist, and he's like, and this, oh, and this, and this. He asked the lady he's writing this for to be his gorgeous autumn or a setting sun, and I think there's so much beauty in the acceptance of transience and the acceptance of beauty in that transience. If I could wonder anything. If I could ask Charles Baudelaire anything, I would ask him his perceptions on duality. Just the way he talks about it so fluently throughout his book. I just want to hear his unheld back, unfiltered expression on duality. I also wonder, he says at the end, taste the sweet yellow rays at the end of autumn. I wonder what that would taste like. What would sweet yellow rays taste like at the end of autumn? And that was all. I'm gonna go start my day. Hopefully my laptop is charged. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to chill with me this morning.